Our students, Brian Proctor, the art teacher, back again with another video. And this one, I woke up at 4 o'clock this morning and this idea came to me and I said, let me jump up and put this thing together. So this is a great exercise, or this will be a great exercise if you do it, to help you drastically become a better drawer. So let's just get into this. Let's get into this. Let's go to the drawing table. You don't want to hear me talk anymore. Let's go. Our students, welcome back to another video. Yay! Teacher Brian is back. Yay! So, okay, today I want to cover about 3 topics. I'm going to keep this one short, hopefully keep this video short and cover 3 topics. Now, there are times when I ask people will write in and say, oh, you've helped me, with my drawing and I'm drawing better now. So I ask them to send me some of their work so that I can kind of critique it. And a lot of times I'll draw some stuff and I'll send it back to people, to show them, how to improve. So this video is going to be about that. It's going to be helping you to improve your mistakes. I forgot the title, but it's there. So as I said, I'm going to cover 3 things real quick, and then you guys got homework after this, and it's going to be a lot of homework, but it's not for you to send to me, it's for you to improve, so if you want to improve, you'll do the work. So, okay, one of the things that I see is, like, when people draw, they try to draw the body like in one piece instead of breaking it down to a number of pieces. So there are 3 main pieces of the body when you draw. Let me say that again so you guys can understand. When you draw the body, you want to break it up into pieces. There are 3 main pieces that you want to always draw, because if you draw it with one piece, it's going to be stiff because you won't really have your bending points. You won't know your bending points to make your body more fluid. So it's 4 o'clock in the morning. I just want to let you guys know I woke up. I couldn't go back to sleep. I said, let me put this video out. So 3 main pieces. You want to use the torso, which is an oval. You want to use your waist, which is basically this tuna can, hockey puck. I'm going to call it a cylinder. And then you want to use this part for your waist, hips. I get these, I don't know how long I've been drawing, I get these 2 mixed up all the time. So you want to get these 3 shapes together. That way, if I am tilting the body, then I can put this down here, and then I can put this here, however I want to put this. And then you instantly have a nice tilt, because it's easy when you connect all 3 shapes to do that. So that's going to be number 1. So whenever you draw, always use your shapes first. Use your shapes first. Something else that I noticed, and I'm looking at my paper, my example paper, and for some reason they just flew out. Okay, so another thing that I've noticed is when people do the chest, I'm going to do the oval, center line. These are, when I draw, I always use this little pattern to get my anatomy right. And if you use it, you'll get yours right too. Okay, so this is my torso. Now, I've seen a lot of people do the chest like this. They put the chest, and then they put the arms out like that. And then when they kind of turn it, the chest still goes out like that. The chest goes way out. The chest is too far out. I'm going to show you the shape of the chest. Now, your chest or breast are going to be shaped, like this. Let me get a pen because I need it. So 1, it might work. It's going to be shaped like this because you have your collarbone like that, and then you have this bone for the arm, right there. Okay, so your chest, you might want to, no, because it goes under the collarbone. Your chest is connected to that bone right there, and it's connected to your collarbone. The muscles are connected here and they're connected here. So whenever you lift your arm up, that's why, let me get my pencil back. That is why your chest, collarbone goes up, your chest pulls as well, because it is connected to that bone. So wherever that bone is. Come on, Brian, draw. You have this bone. So this chest is connected to that bone. So it's going to pull that chest. And your chest has the muscles are like a fan. Like a, what do you call those things? The little, is it Japanese? I think it's the Japanese fans. Japanese? Yeah, it's Japanese. What does it look like? Like that. Yeah, your muscle fibers are like that on the chest. That's why a lot of times you see me draw these striations right here and right here, because it's connected right here on your bone. Your bone, your bone, your bone, your bone, your rib cage shaped like this, and you have this solid piece right here. I don't know if it's the clavicle. Don't quote me. Some of the things I know, some of it I don't know. But your chest is connected right here, and then here's your collarbone, and then here is your arm bone. That one I don't know. And I say your chest is connected right here, and it goes down. It's connected high up on the arm here, and then it goes down, and it's connected right here. So as I say, when that arm lifts up, the chest is going to pull as well, connected to your collarbone into that arm. And I'm not using the thing. Draw right, Brian, draw right. As I say, it is 4 in the morning, but just understand that it's connected right here. So when you lift that arm up, that chest is going to pull. All right, I may have to adjust my camera because I keep pushing my paper up. Let me push the camera up so that I can push my paper up. So let me draw what it's going to look like. So you have this, you have your torso, you have your center line, you have my collarbone here, so that is going to be my delt right here, delt right here, and then your chest is going to come down. Your chest is going to pull down because it is connected right here under that. That's what I was going to say. Go back. Okay, you have this, and then let me see if I can do it with the blue pencil. Your delt actually covers this. Your delt actually covers part of that muscle. I'm looking for something else, something a little brighter. So you have your chest right there, because your chest, it ends right here. It doesn't go all the way up. It just kind of like has that shape. And your delt covers part of that. That is why when you lift it, you have that delt covering part of that chest, which connects right here. I need a fatter pen. Brian, get yourself together. Get yourself together. I'm checking the numbers, size. So it's going to be connected here to that bone on that collarbone and right here. And it's connected there. And then you have your delt right there. And then your arm comes there. So just remember that when you draw your chest, it's not going to be just way out here like that. It has a stopping point, and it always cuts in like that so that it'll fit your delt. Your delt fits there. Let me give you a quick example with this guy here that I bought a minute ago. He's like, really? I'm like, I gotta cover his private parts up. But you see this little indentation right there. Let's see if I can get it in the light. Yeah, there it is. You know, there's an indentation right here. I'm not going to draw on this guy. This guy was expensive. Right here. And of course, right here, because the chest comes up, connects up under here, and this covers it. So everything you see is the chest is always going to come right up here. Let me get the big man for a second. Hold on for 1 second. I'll pull the big man down. See, this comes with a little stand. This thing comes with a little stand, and the pegs don't fit in the beginning, and you have to stick it in there, force it in there, and I guess eventually it just kind of conforms to it. Let me get the big man. Hold on. And every time I pull this out, somebody's like, "Where did you get that?" This is Amazon. So you see the chest comes up, and it always cuts right across here. So it's not going to be square. It's going to have, I'm just grabbing every little teeny writing thing I have. It's going to be like this. Okay, here's so my delt would be right here. And that's how you get that shape of that nice massive shape, because you get that V shape, you get the abs, and then you get the arms, and you get the shoulder. So you're dealing with a triangle, really. And you have another triangle. And this is why I say shapes are important, and this is going to be the exercise that I show you, the exercise. I call it the sphere of despair, which I'll get into that later. So, but just remember, your chest has to stop there, all right? And then it pulls up. When the arm goes up, the chest pulls up as well. All right, so, and as I said, this is Amazon. This is, I think, $89 or $98 the last, because I got this for like $110. It seems to be going down in price. So if you want to get one, I'll leave the link at the end of the video. All right, so we got the chest. We've got the 3 parts, draw the 3 parts. Okay, so we're moving on. Let's say this is going to be kind of a short video. Going over in my head, what else I need to do, because it might be something else. So when you draw, okay, say like I want to draw something. I want to draw this position in my head. I say, oh, you know what, this would be a cool position, or I want to draw, even if I see the picture of something that I want to draw, you need to draw it at least 2 times before you do your final drawing. Your first drawing should be using your shapes. Your second drawing should be more cut out, and then as you do that, you look for your eye line. And then your third drawing should be the perfect one, because you've drawn it twice. I had a commercial done for me years ago, and it was I had my phone number on there, and they always said, you know, even today, if you listen to a commercial, it'll be like, call 1-800-777-something. You know, that's 1-800-777-something. Again, that's 1-800-7, and they always do it 3 times. And I talked to one of the guys who was doing it, and they say the brain learns, or it retains something after you say it 3 times in a row. So that's a promotional selling thing. I never knew that. So if you draw something like 3 times, just back to back, it sticks with you. So this is why I say you should draw your first. Let's say, I don't know, let's just draw a quick picture of something. I don't know, it's just going to be just something, okay? Here is the picture. Like, you see this picture and you say, okay, I want to draw this thing. Because I'm going to turn that into my character. So the first thing you should do when you see this, hopefully you can see this, because somebody said, I couldn't see your red pencil one day, and I don't want them to not be able to see my red pencil, because I said, okay, that won't happen again. I will draw dark for you. Okay, so this picture, you see that. You say, oh, okay, I want to draw that. First thing you should do, get a scrap piece of paper and say, okay, so knowing that the body's in 3 shapes, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And this is a rectangle unless you tilt it over. Like, I don't have anything of that shape. So let's use this little thing. So just imagine this is that rectangle, but when I tilt it over, you'll see the top of it. So it is no longer a rectangle. So this is a rectangle until I tilt it over, and then it becomes more of a, what in the world is that shape? More of a flat cylinder shape. Okay, so we have that, and we have the diamond. So this is, I mean, if you can just draw the diamond, upside down diamond, make it easy for yourself. It will work either way, but I kind of give it a little more waist because this is just your waist. This is your hips, and your hips are kind of have that butterfly shape. It's kind of like this. So that skin is going to go down like this, and then you have your hips there, and then your torso. So these three shapes, so you say to yourself, okay, I have these three shapes right here. Then this is going to be just that cylinder, cylinder again. Now, what was I looking at? I can't think of the guy's name. David Finch. He likes to put the bone right here, and sometimes he'll just put like the circle right here, just like the toys do, and then they put the cylinder there. You don't have to. I don't. I just connect it. But for your first sketch, you want to use just shapes only, and that way you'll get used to being able to put the shapes there. Center line. Okay, his arms are up, so the collarbone is kind of across. So I'm going to put my circle here, circle there for my delts. I'm going to put a cylinder down here. So you get the point. You get the point. I'm wasting time doing this. You get the point. Do your shapes first. Then your second one, you can really shape it up. Don't redraw over this one. Draw again, almost as if you're going to draw your perfect picture or your final picture. But don't put too much time and effort into it. Keep it loose. Keep your hand loose, and you're just getting the shapes pretty much cut in there. So that's twice that I drew this now. So now I'm feeling a little better. You know, I've got it close to what it looks like for the most part without, struggling. Like, people draw and they put the tongue out and they're like, you get this scratchy line because they're not used to drawing. And I notice a lot of young artists do that as well. They'll have like that line. It's like, give me number 3. Where's number 3? Number 1, number 3. They'll do like, instead of just drawing a line because they're not comfortable, they'll like that. And I call that the scratchy line because you're just scratching the paper. So you have that, and then you say to yourself, okay, my next one's going to be my final drawing. So I've got everything down. I'm pretty much comfortable. So I'm looking at the picture, especially if it's an already drawn picture, and I'm saying to myself, where is my eye line? Where is the eye line? So if the eye line is back here, you already know, this is going to be the center point, and you have that. If you're doing, if you turned in perspective, if you turn sideways or quarterways, you already know how to do your diamond or your 2 triangles. And if you want to put something in the background, then you know where stuff is going to fit. Now, what you can do is get a piece of tracing paper, and you can draw from corner to corner, and then draw your lines, and then put your tracing paper under it. You need a light table for that, so forget that. But there are ways that you can use that, or you can just draw really light, and then if you want to add something to it, you already know where it is. So when your final drawing comes around, you've drawn it already. You know what you're going to do. Remembering the chest is like this, the delt coming here. Delt is connected to the chest. That's going down, Brian. That's going down. You drew it twice. You should know. And then you will have your final picture knowing that your eye line is right here. As I say, you've done it twice already, so everything is smooth. And it becomes more simple for you. So always draw it 2 times at least. The first time, just use your shapes. Just your shapes. Resist trying to put muscles in and so forth and so on. And I always tell people, don't put muscles in. I know you want your character to be muscular, but don't try to throw your muscles in until you know how the muscles actually look when they twist and they bend. Okay, so third point is the sphere of despair. Now, this is an exercise I thought about when I was laying in bed, and this is one reason I jumped up, because I was like, you know what, that's a great exercise. So this will help you improve greatly if you do it again and again and again. That's just like drawing shapes. And I know people are like, oh, I'm so tired of just drawing shapes, but this will help you a little bit. So you want to take a circle. You want to do 3 circles with 3 different shapes, and I'll show you in a second. So you take a circle as best you can. Doesn't have to be perfect. You want to put the plus symbol, and then you want to put the X. Okay? So you're going to have a point right here. Right here in the beginning, do 3 points, but once you get better, do 4 points. Put a point right here and put a point right there. So you're going to do that across the whole thing. Center, center, there, 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 and you already have that. Now, on these points, you're going to put one of 3 shapes. You're going to put the triangle. You're going to put the rectangle, and you're going to put the cylinder, which is going to be like the rectangle, except cylinders, when you turn it, as I said, when you turn it, it's a rectangle, but when I turn it, it becomes more of a square. Okay, so yeah. So the same thing, if this was round when I turned it, you can see the roundness, so it becomes a cylinder. So doing the triangle first, let's just say at the top, if I set a triangle on top of this, it's going to look like this, okay? So set a triangle, it's going to look like that. So all around there, you're doing your triangle. So this is going to become like a spike ball. So in the center, you know, a triangle, if I look at this straight down, you have the bottom part, which is round, and you have the top point, which is a point. Top part, which is a point. And if I like shaded it or something like that, you know, it would look more like, you know, it's standing straight up. So the hard part is, what does it look like when you tilt it? So since it's round, it's going to sit there and it's going to go up like this. Now that's why I say when you get better, put a 4th point. So if I did the cylinder like here, it's not going to go up much. This is straight at me. This is just moving just a little bit. This one's going to go even more. And this one here is going to kind of almost start going back around. So you want to do that for every spot. You don't have to put the dots, but I just show you where they actually would go. So you want to do this, and I'm going for the actual 4th one, and then this one going back around. So you want to do that covering every part, every dot. So it's going to be depressing, because that's why I say the sphere of, what did I say, of despair. You're going to get, because you might not be good at this, but you do this over and over and over and over again, then you'll be good at it. Because it's the same thing as putting arms and legs on somebody, because remember, the torso is more of an oval, and you want to put an arm on here. That arm might go back, and then it might go up. Okay, remember I said the arms are just your circle, your oval, and your cone. That's almost the shape of an arm. Cut it off here, put your hand there. You've got that shape already. Round that off. There you go. It's simple, but by doing this exercise, makes it easier for you. So again, let's do this. Plus symbol, X. All right. So now this one you want to do, we're going to do the cylinder. And remember the cylinder, where are my cylinders? Whenever I need it, it's never there. There it is. When I don't want it, it's just rolling in my face. Okay, cylinder. This is just and I tell people to get a paper towel roll and use that. I just covered this because I have two, and I use it as examples for the arm or the leg bend so that you can understand it a little better. So remember, this could actually be a rectangle, all right? But when you start moving it, you see the opening, and then you say, okay, that's a cylinder. So same thing, cylinder from the top. Oh, where is my this? I took a piece of paper, just in case you guys have trouble seeing that. I took a piece of paper and I just rolled it up, okay, and made sure it was tight at the top, and then I cut it flat at the bottom to make my, I gotta go all the way through with this now because you guys got me going. To make my funnel, okay, so I just taped it, put it on camera, Brian. I just taped it, cut it off here. This is my cone. So again, let me get my camera. Let me get my camera right there. Okay, that's what it looks like from the top. If you guys are having trouble imagining it or seeing it because you haven't been drawing it enough, and then when you bring it down a little bit, and I guess a good thing you can do is like mark the bottom. Either don't have it over white paper or mark the bottom so you can see this bad boy. I know I should have sped this up because I'm off camera and I'm just marking it so you can see the base of it. So you get out the way. You see the base of it. So when you try to tilt it over, you'll see just how round it becomes. So when you're putting it on, where is my little thing? I tell you, everything is there, but when I need it. Okay, so like just put it like this, and if you start tilting it around, it's easier for you to draw. You can see the bottom, the base of it, and what it would look like if it's from the side or from the back, so forth. So the same thing's going to happen with this, except you're seeing the opening. You're looking straight down at it. You're tilting it a little bit. Just as round as this corner is, it's going to be the same roundness as that every time. Okay? So you're going to do that with this. Let's just use the pencil since I have it. Top is going to be rectangle. This is going to be that. I'm going to do two instead of just the one. So the one is going to be here, and then you get used to setting something on top of a surface. So the one is going to be here. It's not going to be too long. The next one is going to be more circle, more longer. And the same thing for here. I usually do the bottom first, and then that, more opening. And as it goes, you're going to have less opening. I don't know what I was thinking about that. You're going to have more opening here, less opening here, because this is flat. If I do another one here, it'll be really less opening there. Should have done this on a bigger piece of paper, way bigger. So we're going to have, it's going to be longer and more opening. Remember, this is just as round as that. So if I do another one here, it's going to sit here, and you have a little bit of opening. And if I go around, it's going to, you won't see, it's going to change directions. The circle just changed directions. Okay? So you get the idea. You want to do that. You want to do this over and over and over and over until you get till you get it, because they say this is just the same thing as doing something like this. But a lot of people, they just want to draw superheroes right off the bat without practicing, and then yeah, you get frustrated when you see somebody else's drawing that looks better, and because you didn't take the time to do this. It's just like doing this. You know, what is it would be? You have to do that before you learn to write. It's just, you just have to do it. So you have to do this. So the last one is going to be the one that causes the greatest depression. Same thing, so I'm not going to go through that. And you're just drawing the cylinder, the boxes, cubes, rectangles. So because, remember, you're not going to see a lot of opening in the beginning. And as you do, it's going to be shorter, and it gets longer, and you see more opening. You see more opening at the beginning. What am I talking about? And shorter. And as it increases, you see longer and less opening. Less opening and longer. Don't try to curve it. Just put it flat on top of the ball sphere of despair. And of course, you can do it again. And then the next one goes around. This is what happens when I rush. So when you start to get that, then you can turn it. You can actually turn it a little bit. And you can turn your squares, because no matter how you turn this or this, it's going to be the same. You start turning your squares. So that you'll know what it is you're doing, or you get more practice at it, because this is like drawing. When you're starting to draw cityscapes, buildings, and so forth, then you'll have a better idea. I'm drawing from the bottom, but I'm drawing a little too much, so make it, remember, it just becomes longer. At the beginning, you see the whole top, then you will see the top narrowing, and you'll see a little bit of the side. You'll see more side and less top. So keep it straight for a while. Keep it, straight, and then later on, just turn it at whatever angle you choose to turn it at, to give you more practice and understanding of it. So remember, cover that up. In the beginning, just do 1, 2, 3, and this is just going to be sitting on top of the world. So that's just going to be that, same thing here. Because you're going to do your plus symbol and your X. And then that middle one, you will do, find your bottom. And that depends on how high up you also put this, determines how much of the opening, the top, you will see. Slow down with your inking, Brian. So if I did one more here, it'd be like this. Barely see. And a little longer. And this one, you won't even see the top. So that is your homework at 33 minutes. Something that you should do all the time. In the middle, when you don't, and on those days when you're saying to yourself, oh, I want to draw something, but I don't know what I want to draw, and you're kind of like in a funk in the middle, just do these. Just do these just over and over and over again. And then it becomes like second nature, to where you can draw an arm going backwards, or you can draw that leg coming forward and then going backwards, because you have been doing this so much. I don't know, I have to stop drawing small. It's just me, I draw small. So that's going to be it. Remember my 3 tips. Don't draw, did I use this? I did. Don't draw in one piece. Don't try to draw your whole thing in one piece. Use your 3 shapes, your main shapes. Your arms and legs are just cylinders, or the circle, oval, and then cone. The chest is connected to the bone, so when you lift that up, it's going to pull. So you don't do a square chest. This chest is not going. Don't do a square chest anymore. It's going to be like this, collarbone. It goes down for your delt, and then curves. This is the heavy part of your chest right here at the bottom, and then you're going to have your delt hooked to that. So don't do the square chest anymore. Then you're drawing 3 times. Did I use that one? Yes, you're going to draw something 3 times. The first one is going to be just all shapes, hence the exercise for that. The second one is just going to be more of a cleaner one, but whatever picture you're looking at, or even if you're drawing it yourself, you're going to find your eye line. So that would help. I mean, you don't have to draw it in. You can just say, okay, my eye line is here. You know, it's just here. So, because you might not put any furniture or vehicles or whatever in it, but just in case you do, and that also helps with your foot placement too. If you're doing your 3/4 view, you know, you'll know it. So you just won't be drawing randomly in space. And then on your third one, then you'll have everything down. You'll know where your eye line is. You know where your feet are supposed to be placed. You know if your shoulders is tilted because you've already done it a couple times in practice. And then your third one is your sphere of despair. Remember, you're doing your triangles, you're doing your cylinders, and you're doing your rectangles. I think that's the word I was looking for all this time. Instead of squares, rectangles. So practice that again and again and again, and just see how fast you become a better drawer, because everything is a shape. Everything I can pull out here is a shape. This is a shape. That's a shape. Where's my glasses? That's a shape. Everything is a shape somehow, somewhere. So once you master your shapes, then you become a great drawer. All right, that's going to be it. I will see you guys in the next video.